Good morning, y'all. My allergies, actually, I think I have a sinus infection. It is Friday. It's Black Friday. Who cares? I mean, who cares? There is nothing in this world that is important enough to me to participate in Black Dangerous Friday, okay? Nothing. Now I'm going to tell y'all about my Thanksgiving, and I hope all of y'all had a very nice Thanksgiving. Now, you know that Terry and I went out the day before, and we had a wonderful lunch at Applebee's. You know, Terry really enjoyed it. My Thanksgiving, I did not leave the house. I didn't have any intention of leaving the house. So, what did I eat? I had waffles. I had Eggo waffles and log cabin syrup with a lot of real butter. It was so yummy, y'all. And Hazel, of course, had her regular. Let's see what happened. Well, I think it was the night before we got some rain. There were several things left on my patio that should not have been. One of them was a cabinet. It was too big for me to haul in, y'all. And I always have to park twice. That was a little space, though. Let me go over here and park in a bigger space. So, yeah, I didn't... Terry told me that we were supposed... Oh, it was Thanksgiving night. That's right. Because Terry had told me that we were supposed to get some sprinkles. And you know, in Southern California, unless it says you're going to get a flood, you cannot really be sure you're going to get any rain. But it did rain. So I had that cabinet. I had two big long boxes of white wallboard. It's not wallboard, but it goes down on the bottom of your wall. It's trim. Good Lord, have mercy. So that was out there. And my bench that my son made for me. So all those things were out there. And when I got up and realized that we had had a pretty significant amount of rain, I went out there. I checked the box with the cabinet in it, and it had not gotten wet. So I used my shoulder, and I had a piece of 2x4, and I moved the box up just enough so I can slide that 2x4 under there, and I did the same on the other side. Now my boxes of baseboard were pretty wet, especially the bottom one. So I was freaking out, y'all. But when I unwrapped them, they were fine. So I brought all of that inside, which was not good for this wrist. Then I went out to look at my son's bench. He has some kind of finish on there, y'all, where the water had just run off. And the only problem was that there was some dirt in the fine grooves, which is easily removable. I'll be moving that to a different location. Next Friday, I think we're supposed to have, it says 50% chance of rain. Hazel, I'm cold. Let's roll up your window. Oh, you're hot, huh? Okay, come here. I've got to put her bed in the floor and put her down there. That's what we do when her side of the van gets too warm. Okay, and I'll roll your window down. So, I will definitely move that. So, let me see. On Thanksgiving Day, for some reason, Hazel missed her potty pad. So, I had to clean and disinfect that. A little bit later, I went outside to let her do her second part of her potty stuff of the morning. She's a pretty regular gal. So I went out there and I walked out and I had her puppy bag and I scooped it all up and I walked back and I always wipe my feet on this wonderful doormat that I have, and I've told y'all about those before. They're like really stiff AstroTurf, and they're made out of plastic. I looked down and I could tell by the color it was some dog poo. Now, I always clean up behind Hazel immediately after she goes to the bathroom. But occasionally when she goes out at night, I guess I don't see all of it. So, I had on my favorite pink flip-flops, of course. So, I had to take her, I had to take my doormat down and put it on the rocks and hit it with the biggest blast of my hose that I could, and I stood it up and I sprayed it really good, and then I put some disinfectant bathroom cleaner on it and let it sit, and then I cleaned it again. I used some stuff that you use on carpet to do the steps, and I had to clean the bottom of my flip-flops. Good Thanksgiving so far, wouldn't you say? Now, that evening, I didn't want to get out and go, you know, grab a bite to eat or whatever. So I just had some bread and butter. Well, evidently that was not enough food for me because kind of before I went to bed, and yes, I was drinking water, but kind of before I went to bed, I started getting dizzy. So this morning, really dizzy. Now, I had a TV dinner in my freezer, y'all, and some frozen burritos, and my microwave works. So, you know, it's not like I was going hungry. I really just wasn't hungry. I don't think I'm going to do that again, though, because I've got a headache that will not go away, and I think that's because of my sinuses. So I'll have to make an appointment for that. But anyway, I just thought that, I thought there was something else that happened, but I can't remember what it was. That's enough, don't you think? But all in all, Hazel and I had a quiet day at home, reading. Our renovation dude is not going to get back started again until Wednesday. He's on vacation with his family. And so tomorrow is laundry day. Now, why am I not going to do it today? Well, because I can go one more day. And as long as I have any clean clothes or towels or washcloths, I wait to the last minute. So, y'all, that was it. That was my Thanksgiving. And I thought about putting that pumpkin pie that I have in the freezer out, but I think it might have to be in the oven for a little while. I'm not sure. I didn't even look at it because I knew without somebody to share it with, I would have had a horrible amount of pumpkin pie. Now, some of y'all asked me, I thought you were going to cook at Terry's. Well, I was, y'all, and then we realized that his roommate was going to be home the day before Thanksgiving, and it just wasn't going to be comfortable. So, I put the stuff that needed to be in the freezer, and in the next week or so, I'll take out the big hen that I got and thawed, and then I will cook us a Thanksgiving dinner. Who says you have to have it on Thanksgiving? I mean, isn't roast hen, mashed potatoes, gravy, I mean, all that stuff, doesn't it taste good any day of the year? Absolutely. Well, y'all, I'm going to roll over here through the drive-thru and get some breakfast. And I hope y'all have a good day today on Black Friday and do something fun. And I'll talk to y'all later. Bye now.